Good day, and welcome to your weekly meditation. Finding yourself with an upright spine. As one teacher I have taken a meditation with says, sitting in a way that's dignified. Taking the time to notice what you need to engage to find an upright posture, but also what can you soften, what doesn't need to engage here. And since in our Asana classes last week and this week we're talking about the solar plexus, let's take just a moment going to that navel center area. If it helps you to put your hand on it, feel free to put your hand on it, or both for that matter. And just taking a moment to make sure that it's neither pushed back to the spine so much the spine rounds behind you, nor is it so slack that the whole spine moves forward into that space, right? Using just enough muscular action that all sides of that low to middle back spine are long. And then notice if you have any sense of this area. And if you're just starting to work in this way, some of the most accessible things would be feeling your waistband against the skin, or your shirt, your hand if you're touching your belly. If you don't have clothes on your belly, it might be a breeze against the belly, etc. So feeling the sensation at the surface of the skin. Our organs and our joints do have sense perceptors in them. So maybe as you move in this practice, you start to go a little deeper than the layer of the skin. Maybe you can sense something internally. And I always like to remind us one of the easiest ways to start with that is, it might not be happening right now, but when your belly starts to growl or move, or you get the sensation of hunger or various things, maybe that brings you internally into this navel center. And then bring your awareness directly on the front side of the spinal column, back behind your belly button area. And you may or may not sense anything there. It's okay if you don't. Sometimes I think I do, and sometimes I'm not sure, all these years in. But I'd like you to imagine, if you will, that you can sense this area, get a felt sense of this area. And just noticing if you feel the sensation of energy running through that area. And in case you don't know, you actually have a nerve plexus there. So that's where a bunch of nerves leave the spinal column to come out and innervate this midsection of the body from your skin to your organs. And at that place where there's that nerve plexus, we're going to do a visualization. I'd like you to imagine that you have a sphere, and it can be whatever size you would like, but that the sphere is a golden yellow, much like the sun. And you might even put that sphere into motion and allow it to spin, right? We consider in yoga the chakras to be spinning wheels. So imagine it's a sphere, not a wheel, and that is spinning. And bright and vibrant yellow, full of energy, healing, rejuvenating. energy. Sometimes posture can lead us into emotional places, habitual patterns, etc., and vice versa, yeah? But when we sit with this upright posture, this dignified posture, when we sense and visualize that energy at this navel center, Manipura is the Sanskrit name. Maybe just that alone, right? Feeling the chest open, the chin held high. That kind of gives us an idea of what this center might be about, which is personal power. I like to think of the term empowerment. I struggle a lot with the word power itself, but being empowered, that I can work towards. Confidence, knowing you are enough, that you are smart and wise and capable of making wise decisions. You are able to draw boundaries that are healthy for you. So if any of those speak to you, maybe with a particular person in your life right now that's not respecting you and you're dimming yourself or diminishing yourself around them, or if you're not drawing healthy boundaries, if there's someone you're around and you feel like your power gets lost, and so you can work with that, working with individual people or situations, or just in general as a whole. But imagine yourself in whatever that situation is, right? With whomever that person is, those people are. And imagine, if you will, that you're standing up dignified, that you have the full energy of the center, that sphere moving, and that bright golden yellow energy emitting not only into the center, but throughout your entire body, even around your body, almost like a force field. And that when you need to say no, you can say no. When you need to stand up and voice your opinion, you can do so. When you need to speak up for someone else because they can't, right? And being able to transform any situation so that you find the nourishment you need, but you also eliminate that which you don't need, right? So this is the source of digestion. And we can think about it on the level of food, the raw material of food going in, and us being able to transform that to get the energy we need. But we can also think about that with our thoughts, our feelings, our experiences in this world, being able to take in those raw materials in this beautiful sphere, this golden sun inside of there, right? All of those nerves, we have the ability to transform all the raw material that comes to us and into us. And we're able to digest it and find the nourishment we can from that situation, that person, that thought, that feeling, that desire, that food, that beverage. But anything that is not needed in it, we can eliminate, we can let go of. It can move through us and out of us. So let's all of us put One hand on the navel center and then the other one on top of it. If you're already there, we'll just meet you. And so again, just sensing the energy moving through this part of the body. This is the pranic hub, right? The life force hub of the body, where we do transform those raw materials in order to give us the energy we need. And if we can digest all of the things that come into us, maybe, just maybe, we can transform them and we can use that as a source of health and wellness. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take an inhale. Exhale, bow your head in. Moment of gratitude. Namaste. May you feel empowered today, right? And every day. But since we just did that, that particular chakra, worked with that particular chakra, maybe when you walk around today, when you find yourself like feeling stressed out or like you don't know if you can deal with that person, that kind of thing, notice your posture. And again, it's not always a foolproof way, but sometimes we just go in on ourselves when we're dealing with a hard situation, or we have to say something we don't want to say, or somebody is really in our face, or whatever that is. Maybe if we start to, right, come into that dignified posture, that might be one step, one way that we can then gain the confidence we need to be able to do, say, draw the boundary, etc., that we need. Something to play with. It's been useful for me for sure. May you be well.